All right. That's kind of strange that they already let people come on here when I didn't even click live yet. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Somebody already left. Anyone hear me? Am I going through? Let's see. Hey, Russian, can you hear me? Hello, Nick. Can you guys hear me? Maybe. Maybe. Of course. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure because I wasn't sure. Hey, Shinobi. Hey, Nick. I already said hey, Nick, but hey, Shinobi. Never mind. It's been a week. It's been a really good, bad week. Loud and clear. I bet you couldn't hear that. All right, guys. So first, I'm going to go over some news that has occurred in the Toku world over the last several weeks that I've never covered because I haven't done any actual Kaiju no Kami news segments. I just haven't been kind of in the mood to do Kamen Rider or Kaiju no Kami news segments. I've just been lazy about it, and so I just haven't had any motivation to do them. That's why I decided I'll throw this into the beginning of this Q&A live stream, and then I'll start answering questions. So if you just post your questions, I will answer them as soon as I go through my little list here of announcements. And yes, I did write this on the back of my Ultraman KnK script. All right, first, if you guys have not heard, 7 Seas has announced they are releasing the Go Ranger manga next year. I believe it is in April. It's the entire collection with some stuff about Super Sentai for $25. Mill Creek is releasing Ultraman Taro on January 12th on Blu-ray in both the normal, the steelbook, and the regular thing that continues that mural. Zenkaiger is rumored to be the next Sentai series. I'm not sure what to expect. I'm hoping it's not going to just be team up galore again. But I'm a little more optimistic for Zenkaiger because of how good, Kira Major has been. However, I have not caught up in the last several weeks of Kira Major. The last video Kurelika and I did was the last time we watched Kira Major. So we have not seen this new female villain. I think her name was Yodana, whatever it is. So I haven't seen the last few weeks. We've been quite busy because we watched Ultraman Rube, which I have recorded my review for that. And I'm hoping to, the plan is to start editing that on Monday. Planned with it to be released sometime next weekend. Kamen Rider Saber, we have not watched since episode 1 because it was awful. And from what I've read online, it has not improved in the slightest. I will take a look at what reviews have said after Ultraman Z has concluded to see if it's even worth bothering to even look into Saber. If I don't hear anything positive about it by the time Z ends, then that's it. I'm done. Because by then I believe Saber will be up to episode 15, 16. And if the first 15 episodes aren't worth watching, then I'm not going to bother with the show until I eventually go to review the show as a whole. Dino Fury. Some people asked me about that before. Dino Fury, I have no opinion on it. I do know that they changed the Green Ranger to a female, so now there's 2 female Rangers in it. Okay. That it doesn't bother me except for when they bring out the Lightning Collection toys of it, because it means you'll get a green female Ranger instead of a male one, unless Hasbro eventually decides to do male versions of female Rangers. and vice versa. If you have not seen the Lightning Collection, there are Monsters of the Week figures coming out for King Sphinx and Pumpkin Rapper from Power Rangers, or King Sphinx is also from Jew Ranger. They're actually a little bit bigger than I was anticipating. I mean, they said it was going to be 7 inches, but I thought because their main figures were more of 6.5 scale, it'd be a little, not that big of a difference, but it's like, boom. Like Godar looks like a midget compared to King Sphinx when they should be the same size. So Hasbro, when's that 7-inch Godar coming out? All right. So yes, as I already said, I'm working on the Ultraman Rube review. I am also slowly making my way through Ultraman the Ultimate Hero, which I feel like COVID's going to end before I finally make it through that show, because that show is so bad. Well, the thing is, though, most of the episodes have been so bad it's good because you can have fun with how bad it is. Like the first fight sequence is like, what the hell is this? And then I've only had one episode so far. Well, actually, I shouldn't say one. There was only one episode that truly, truly bored me to death. Most episodes, they might have bored me a little, but then there were things in there I was like, I just couldn't help but laugh at. I will say it's better than Ultra 7X, because at least it feels like an Ultraman series instead of a porno made with Ultraman characters in it. And also, now that Krillika and I have finished watching the Overlord anime, not to review, we're watching the Overlord anime because we wanted to. Well, Chris Lich Bloodborne let us borrow it, and it was a really good series. I'm going to, after I get through my Rube review and Ultimate Hero and Pasta Cat, if you are watching this stream or whatever, I'm going to be reviewing Gridman, whatever. Gridman soon. I watched the first 2 episodes from Subaraya's YouTube channel, which was not as great as I thought it would be. The villain kid is like a stalker with problems. I just don't get his motivations for being the douchebag he is. But yes, so Pasta Cat, I know you wanted me to review this originally for your Patreon request, but because it wasn't out, you went with Ray Earth. Well, now I'm going to finally review it for you. Wow. And everyone else will get to enjoy the review at the same time. So that is pretty much all I have for news. So let's get into the Q&A. I might just randomly decide, oh yeah, I forgot to mention that in the news. So whatever. And Krillika's at work right now. So she might be home before I finish this. I don't know, because she's mailing out a package I sold as well after she gets out of work. But let's see. What are Chandler Chamberlain? What are your favorite performances of Boris Karloff, Lon Chaney Sr., Lon Chaney Jr., Bela Lugosi, and Claude Rains? For Boris Karloff, I love his Emotep. For Lon Chaney Sr., Phantom of the Opera. For Lon Chaney Jr., I love his Larry Talbot. Although I'm looking forward to seeing his roles in the Inner Sanctum Blu-ray set I got from Mill Creek recently. Bela Lugosi, I like, actually, hold on. Also, I do like Boris Karloff in, not The Raven, Comedy of Terrors. That was a fun movie. Bela Lugosi, I liked in, my favorite role of his is probably his role in Island of Lost Souls. As for Claude Rains, the guy he plays in Alfred Hitchcock's Notorious. I can't think of the character's name right now, but that would be my favorite Claude Rains role. Russian Wanderer, hello, hello. Yes, actually, this time I will not fall for the Kelly trick. Not sure what you mean, but okay. So we got through a few of the introductions before. Thoughts on Kamen Rider Saber. You probably, I already mentioned that. I'm Zilla. Okay. Necrom Haya. Hello. Rush. Zilla Punk 2007. I'm SK by I changed my name. Escape. Oh, okay, I see. That was your previous screening. Okay, cool. I just mentioned where Corellica is. Tell Hasbro take their time with their toys. Lightning Collection. Well, I think the problems probably deal with COVID, honestly. We'll see. Once COVID's done, if they're still messing up, then we'll talk. Your top 5 favorite Kaku Ranger moments. Top 5 favorite Kaku Ranger moments. Well, let's see. Jiraiya's introduction, when he's on the rollerblades with the cowboy hat and everything. Gasha Dokuro, when he does his song. Gasha Dokuro with the chainsaw coming towards Jiraiya. Let's see. What else? Oh, there's so many good moments. Hakumenro's introduction. And let's go with the entire battle between Sasuke and the Flower Konoichi gang when he's protecting that kid. Let's go with all of those. Yeah, I already just answered that, Chandler, so no worries. I see you said down there. Sorry if I posted twice. It's cool. Your favorite 5 Zyuranger moments. Well, Barai's introduction. Mei and Don when they go punk. And when they're like pretending to be, they execute the mafia members and all that stuff and the Yakuza stuff. Let's see, what else is another moment favorite? Dora Sphinx when the Rangers are fighting him and he starts blowing them away because they can't answer his riddles. Let's see, what's another good moment? Dora Frankie turning into Zombie Frankie. And the first appearance of Dragon Caesar. We'll go with those. Ian Sebesma. I'm doing a superhero comic called Silver Ninja. It is where an angel from heaven is sent to Earth to battle a group called Dusk. Does it sound fascinating? I'm doing episode 2. Sounds kind of cool. Angel from heaven. Does this angel have a name or is he just called Silver Ninja? And what type of beings is Dusk? David Cordova. Zilla Punk, message retracted. Jet Hazard. It's my homeboy, Kami. Well, thank you, Jet. Chandler. Sorry if I posted twice. Honore COVID. Top 5 Ultra 7 moments. Oh, the fight against the Metron in the sunset. All the things that happened in the King Joe 2-parter, because the King Joe's just awesome. I guess when he first comes together, Ultra 7 just slitting the throat of the monster whose name escapes me suddenly. Let's see. What was another solid moment? I'm actually rewatching Ultra 7 right now, so the first 17 episodes are fresh in my mind, and now I can't remember everything. Well, when we find out where Ultra 7 took the identity of Don Moroboshi from, and the creepy factor for the Icarus, when he's just sitting, when the kid's looking out his window, and you just see the guy from the background like this, and he just goes like. That one is really, really cool. And then also, though, well, I guess that's 6 now. The toy maker for the Android 00 or 0, whatever it was, with the Chibble. All right. Ooh, we've got more. Tatsuha's Ramen. What is your favorite and least favorite openings and ending theme for New Generation Ultraman? I think my favorite opening is the Rube opening. Because that Rube opening, I don't know, it's very catchy. Although I do really like X's opening, so it's a toss up between those two. But I think I'm gonna go with Rube's opening for ending theme. Probably X's. If X is the one I'm thinking of. I'm a little confused because some people in my Ginga review mentioned that the name of the song that's on the Blu-ray set for the opening theme for one of the seasons is different from what was listed on the fandom page and the wiki page. So I'm a little confused on that. I actually forgot to even look. Like I said, it's been a week. Schools are back to being online only, so I'm not subbing anymore again. But at least I got some days in this month, so I'll have a decent paycheck for December 20th. All right. But yeah, so like I said, Rube would be favorite opening or X, and I think X is my favorite ending theme. Shinobi03. Any Western Toku shows you saw? I saw some of Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future, and I had the honor of witness tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills in all cheap glory. I have seen Captain Power. I watched that as a kid. I used to have a couple of the figures, Lord Dread, Captain Power himself, Sauron, I think he was. He was my favorite, but the wires on his arm that would connect to his wings always broke. I went through 2 Saurons, and both of them broke. KnK, was that the robot dude with the tire treads who the toy actually did not look like he did on the show, in the legs at least. And I had one other character. I never had the vehicles, and I never actually played the gimmick to Captain Power. I have not seen tattooed teenage alien fighters from Beverly Hills. I've heard of it, but I have not seen it. Other Western-like Toku shows I have seen. The Mystic Knights of Terranag. Oh, that show. I will say the second half was a bit better than the first half, but Mystic Knights was not very good. It was an interesting idea, but it didn't have the budget to do what they wanted to do with it. Other Western Toku type shows that could be considered Toku. There was another one. There was another one, and now I can't think of what it was. But was it 90s? It was either late 80s or early 90s. I can't think of what it was. Top 5 favorite Geki Ranger moments. Rio using the 5 deadly venoms as a throne. Leo gaining his power-up form. Leo when he... Okay, basically everything with Leo or Melee. And when Blue uses the Drunken Master style. Kamen Rider 64. Yo, Kaiju, how it's going? It's going pretty good. Little frustrations. Annoying week. Long week. Technically I'd be on Thanksgiving break for school now for the next week, but schools are now remote, so you probably already heard me say that. Chandra Chamberlain, you made us in the house of pain. You made us things, not man, not beast, part man, part beast, things. Oh, the quote from Island of Lost Souls. I kind of dawned on me afterwards when I was like, oh, yes, that was a cool quote from Lugosi. Thoughts on Ryuso Brown from The Russian Wanderer? He was crappy, a shitty ranger, completely destroyed the entire mood of the scene. What is your favorite Ultraman theme? My favorite is Take Me Higher and Oi Kaijitsu. Probably the Ultra 7 theme. It's just so catchy. I don't know what it is. It's like cheesy but catchy. I actually, yeah. But I will say I really love the Neo, not the Neo, the Ultra Q opening theme, where it's just that dan 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 dan. Take Me Higher is really good from Tiga. In fact, Korelika and I are watching Tiga now. Not to review it, just to watch it. I'll review it whenever Mill Creek brings it out. But I've been really wanting to watch Tiga for the last few years, so I got some rips, and we're watching it. So yeah, we won't be. I'm not going to review until I have official copies, and I really hope that the subtitles are not as bad as those Funimation subtitles. Ugh. All right. But yeah, Take Me Higher is really good. But like I said, I think Ultra 7 might be my favorite Ultraman theme overall, just because it's always in my head. 777. Yeah. Ian Sabisma. And the comic is like Gold Ranger, where the villains have field generals who have kaiju underlings. Also, Dusk is an alien organization. All right, so the Gold Ranger. Oh, okay. So, oh. For a moment there, I thought you were talking about the Gold Ranger manga. I've got you. Your Silver Ninja. So Dusk is an alien organization. Do they have like a type of theme to them, or the designs like anything specific in the designs, or just all over? I mean, just pretty much whatever you think of. Jet Hazard, he slits Bemstar. No, Bemstar is not Bemstar. Bemstar's the bird monster that sucks things in. Let me see here. Ultra 7 episode, or let's just go kaijus. Hope you guys can see me, but now you're probably just seeing me like, why can I not? I guess I could have just gone and grabbed the damn, yeah, come on. Oh, you sons of... Alright, why can I not think of this damn monster? Come on. Giron. That's what it is. Starbem Giron. Yes, Giron. Giron. Ah! Whoops. Ah! Giron. Yeah, Bemstar monster. You know what I mean. But yes, Giron is whose monster he slits the throat of to cheerful music. Just like, damn. White Stallion, are you excited for Zenkaiger? And I'm new. Well, welcome, White Stallion. I have more enthusiasm for Zenkaiger because of how Kira Major has turned out, because that's been pretty good so far. I'm still a little hesitant on it. I just hope it's not like Gokaiger 2.0, because I'm tired of just team ups all the time. Ian, also is Krelika's real name Kelly? I'm not sure if that's... Yes, Krelika's real name is Kelly. Russian Wanderer, the reason why Rube has opening ending themes has subs is because no one streamed Rube. That could be it. I will say, yes, Rube has subtitles for the opening and ending themes. I was so happy to see that. I was like, yes, I also make a big comment about it in my review. All right, Jet Hazard. Hey, Kami, if you could make a film-based Sentai, what genre would you have each characters based on? I've talked about this before. I don't know if you've ever heard me talk about, but if I were to do my own Sentai series, it would be an aqua theme with a bunch of like Marines who are doing an underwater series. The mecha would be ships and submarines. The villains would be like a fire tribe of demons who want to burn the earth. So the Rangers have basically water abilities that put out the flames. So that's how I would do a Sentai series. So everyone would just be underwater stuff. Maybe I'd have like if I did a 6 Ranger, maybe he would be a fish, like some type of underwater sea creature theme. The water Saki from Rube looks like a character from Garo. Let's not insult the Garo characters. Even the bad ones at least have some sort of personality and aren't as written inconsistent. Gamma Radio. Hello there, Kami. Have you seen the Godzilla Singular Point trailer? I have not. I actually forgot all about it. The character designs look okay. Nothing horrifying, but nothing like, oh my god, those are amazing. Just like your basic average character designs for most anime these days. Will you ever review more Kamen Rider from Ryan Leak? Welcome, Ryan. And yes, at some point I will review more Kamen Rider. I've just been holding off to see what Shout Factory's goal is. I'm hoping they're going to announce something physical in the near future. The problem is right now with all the Ultraman releases coming out and my goal to try to get through every Sentai series, Kamen Rider is kind of left in the dust, especially because I've been trying to do some more Metal Heroes. If Shout Factory doesn't announce any physical release for a Kamen Rider series, maybe by mid next year, I will probably then plan to review something next year. I'm not sure what though. It might depend on what series I'm really in the mood to watch. It might be a Showa series since I've only seen Black RX, and then a quarter of the original series. So maybe because I've been really wanting to watch Stronger the most for the Showa era, but I've been also craving to rewatch Agito. Well, I want to watch Kuga before Agito, but obviously Shout Factory owns Kuga, so we'll see. I'm gonna do something for Kamen Rider next year. Whether it be something Shout Factory releases or just something else. Maybe I'll do Ryuki. I haven't watched that series in so long. God, there will be a lot of Highlander jokes in that. A lot of Highlander jokes. In fact, maybe I'll just make the whole themed Highlander-esque related for the review. All right. Where are we? Zilla Punk 2007. Why do so much people say Evangelion is a masterpiece and so much people say it's garbage? Well, I don't like Evangelion. I don't think it's like the worst anime ever. I don't even think it would be in my top 10 worst series. I think some people think it's a masterpiece because of the time it came out in, and because it did things different compared to what other mech shows were doing at the time. And it does have the Higuchi-isms of, or not Higuchi, yeah, Higuchi. No, I can't. Well, it has all those isms of face-ups, black screens of text. I think I know for me on a personal point, I say people probably say it's garbage because it pisses the people off who think it's a masterpiece. For me, my problem is I don't really like any of the characters that aren't named Masato and Pengi. I think they're all, well, Asuka's not as bad, but I think Rei, Shinji, the Kaji, I think they're all unlikable douchebags. I don't think any of them deserve to live, and obviously neither did the creators, since End of Evangelion exists. I like the designs. I can see the Ultraman influences in it, but for me, it's just the character. I just don't find the characters. I just don't enjoy the characters enough to watch it. Evangelion is one of those shows. I bought it on DVD, watched it. I really liked it the first time. When I watched it again, I was like, I watched it the third time, and then I gave it another watch a couple years later, and I was like, Okay. No, this just doesn't do anything for me. So I got rid of the DVDs. Um, I hated the dub though. I watched it in Japanese only. Um, but I'm gonna say people think some people just take the hype too far because of the timing, and other people say it's garbage because when it was hyped up so much, people were just like, this was not even close to being as good as you made it sound like. This was crap." And there's been things like that before. I heard nothing but good things about Pan's Labyrinth, this movie from Guillermo del Toro that came out many years ago. One review said it was the greatest fantasy movie since David Bowie's Labyrinth. It was like Hellraiser meets Labyrinth. And when I finally saw the movie, Krelika and I were like, okay, where's all the fantasy stuff? Okay, we're finally in the okay. The fantasy stuff's gone now. She's back in the real world. Oh, nope. Now it's back in the real world. Oh, nope. Now she's back in the real world. What? How is this better than Labyrinth and how is this Hellraiser meets Labyrinth when they're barely even in the damn fantasy world? So a lot of hype can ruin the experience for you if you go in with too high expectations. All right, let's see. Russian Water, Ryan, he reviewed Black RX, and Blade. Yeah, Russian, but he was asking when I do more. Gamma Radio, Godzilla's singular point is very surprising, and his old monsters coming back. Yeah, and a very squarish looking jet jaguar. I did see that. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have high hopes and low expectations for it. I don't know. I just also hope it's the. Oh wait, did I see the trailer? Maybe I did see the trailer actually, because the monsters were in CGI, and I was like, "Oh, why? Just have it all be 2D animation." So maybe I did actually see the trailer. Oops, sorry to whoever I lied to earlier. Ricardo Dor, what's your favorite Toku franchise? Sentai. If you told me I could only watch one Toku franchise, it would be Sentai in a heartbeat. As much as I love Ultraman, Kamen Rider, Garo, and Metal Heroes and stuff, Sentai would be my go-to. That's why it's this franchise I'm focusing on the most on my channel. Necrum, and also Shout is releasing Rider on their streaming sites, even though they haven't been releasing much of it since Heisei Gen Forever. Yeah, that was really weird that there was all this hype. Toei was doing all this hype about Kamen Rider in America, doing this Heisei Gen Forever premiere, and then that was it. After that, nothing has been done. And maybe it's because of COVID, but it just is really weird how they were had all this excitement, all this celebration going on, had actors from the show talking about how much they're glad to see Kamen Rider in America. And then that was it. It was like, yeah, boom. There was not even a curve to go down. It was just boom, flat, as if you just walked off a cliff. Let's see. Deca Blaze, dude. What's your favorite Sentai season? Dairanger. Now that I've done my top 10 Sentai shows video, or top 11 Sentai shows video, well, I've always said Dairanger was my favorite, but I'm like, yeah, now I can just go all out on what my favorite series are. What's your favorite Sentai episode? Oh, episode from Ricardo George. Favorite episode overall. Ooh, now that's tough. Because is it a Dairanger episode? It would be a Dairanger. It would be the Golden Kick Oni episode of Dairanger with the Birdcage Vagabond. That is like the one Sentai. That is the one episode that I've watched the most out of every Sentai series. Not including Not including Die Ranger, though. My favorite episode as a whole. Let's go with one that's not Die Ranger related. Probably. There's so many good ones I'm thinking of. I'm gonna go with the Time Ranger episode where with the Hell's Gate member. The one who just goes all out in a murder spree. Let's go with that one for a non-Die Ranger episode. What is your favorite year from Kamen Rider 64? Favorite year overall? Favorite year where I'll say 2006 because it was the year we moved out to Colorado. I'm not sure. There's lots of different things. I can tell you one of my least favorite years, and it's the last 4 years. And 2009. I hated 2009 as well. Although 93 was good. 93 was a good year. 97 was a good year. No, 97 was it not? Yeah, 97 was a good year. 2000 was a good year. So it's hard to say. Zillapunk top 5 Ultraman Leo moments. I don't even know if I have 5 moments I liked in that show. I'll tell you my top when everyone died. I was not a fan of Ultraman Leo. Maybe I'll think differently when I watched it again on Blu-ray when Mill Creek releases it, but I watched it when it was on Crunchyroll a few years ago, and it took me 4 months to get through that show because I just found it utterly boring. And I hated what they did to Dan in that series. Dan completely felt like a different character. All right, Arcana Master. Thoughts on Power Ranger Jungle Fury? I found it okay, but a lot of Power Ranger fans love it because RJ isn't it. I loved RJ. I loved the first half of Jungle Fury. I thought it was really good, and then the show just started rushing things too much. In fact, I'd say RJ, when he became the werewolf, that should have been fleshed out better. But that just was one episode, I think, and I was like, slow down, guys. Whoa. Pace yourselves better. Don't cram it all. And part of it was because it was 32 episodes. And I hated the Geki Chopper equivalent. I hated him because I felt like he took away, whereas Geki Chopper I thought improved the show because he brought in another unexpected character in Geki Ranger. I thought his American counterpart Dominic? Was it Dominic? I think he completely ruined the show. He felt tacked on at the last minute as if they just put him in there because there was footage for another Ranger and they didn't know what to do with him. I felt he really ruined the dynamic that was going on with the initial 3 and RJ. Ricardo George, message retracted. Russian Wanderer, review the final Koga chapter. You mean the movie? Yeah, I'll probably have to download that at some point and watch it again and just do a review of it. I was waiting for someone to release it, but that probably at this point is not going to happen. But first, I'll need to rewatch the entire seasons that have come out. Nolan Ueno, welcome. If you could create your own Ultraman show, what would you do? Someone asked me that on Twitter. Or not Twitter. Someone asked me that in the comments a couple weeks ago. I would... What was it I said on there? I said I would have an Ultraman. So the Ultraman would obviously come down, but then the organization would do something that would have the Ultraman then questioning, are these people really worth saving? Is the human race really worth protecting, or should I just leave now? And And then probably so part of the series, a small portion would be an arc of him actually trying to learn why he thinks people should be worth, why the entire planet is worth saving rather than just leaving. But I would put in a lot more, kind of like in that, again, in the episode of Ultra 7 with the Giron, when Dan is like, whoa, you guys are just willingly going to create new nuclear weapons to attack planets? What? I would expand on that and make that an overall theme of the entire show. Like, it's just an Ultraman trying to find the reason why he's protecting the world instead of just there just to be there. I don't know why I'm grabbing that. Russian Wanderer, top 5 Time Ranger moments. The Hell's Gate one, when he's killing everyone. The Fight Club bits inside the Fight Club. Obviously, the Fight Club bits inside the Fight Club. The bit when Yuri and oh my god, brain fart. Tatsumi. For some reason, I wanted to say Takuru. I'm like, no, it's not Takuru. Tatsumi. Have their little talk about her past. The backstory for Gian. And then when what's his name? Oh my god. Why am I having this problem today? Dolnero is talking about for the cop, where he shows that he really cares about both the cop and his family by sabotaging the cop to be captured. When he's like, "Yeah, it's better for you to be in prison than dead." And then when Dolnero dies and Yuri is all broken up about it. Time Fire's introduction. There's a lot, but Time Fire's introduction I forgot about. Got any new henshin devices from Jake Schuster? No, we haven't got to anything new recently. Most of my money's gone to Marvel Legends for the last few months, and some G.I. Joes, and there's some new Power Ranger stuff coming out finally, even though the monsters are a little bit bigger than I was hoping. Russian Wanderer, Top Go-Go 5 moments. When the Joe Fiza's trio blow up the city, when Matoi just blows up the one monster point blank, Joe Fiza's when Grandin makes Joe Fiza kill, not Dinas. I'm just like blanking on all these names suddenly. Not Loki, Roki, no, Roki, Loki. That. Prince Salamandis' birth. I just love the way the music is done when he rises out of the ground and kicks ass. And my phone just went off. Why did my phone go off? Oh, it's a thing telling me about my live stream. I think that was 5. Necrom002. Also, I've been planning on watching more 90 Sentai shows, but I can't decide I'm going with Car Ranger or Gingaman. You can't go wrong either way. Do you want something that's really silly and funny and fun like Car Ranger, or do you want something a little bit more serious that's a little bit more formulaic than the other shows of the 90s? If so, go with Gingaman. But either way, you can't go wrong. That probably didn't help you in the slightest. I will say, between those two, I do like Car Ranger better than Gingaman, but Gingaman's still great nonetheless. Delta PS. Hi, everyone. Hello. What is your favorite Godzilla moment? When Godzilla is fighting Mothra in the original 64 film. And I'm going to go with, but another favorite of mine is KnK when Godzilla blows up the planes coming at him, and then you just see the debris from the planes crashing down into houses and everything. Arcana Master, Gingaman is absolutely glorious. Agreed. Ricardo George retracted the message. Shinobi, have you seen World Ninja War Jiraiya? I have not seen that one yet. I've got the fan subs for it, so its event will be eventually watched. Because that was the Metal Hero show. Unless it's a different Jiraiya you're talking about. What do you think of Godzilla's Singular Point? I think I've already answered that for you. Let me know if I didn't. First, Mr. Fuel, who has a gas tank head, has monsters with simplistic designs and looks more like people. Broccoli Devil, oh god, Broccoli Devil has Sentai-like monsters where the top half of the suits are the bottom. The top half are suits, and the bottom where the top half are suits, and the bottom half are just spandex. Okay, there we go. Necrom, so I heard. Ricardo George, did you like the 90s Kamen Rider movies, Zedo, J, or Shin? Did you like them? Not quite. Shin had some interesting stuff to it. I liked Zedo the best of the three. I found J to be beyond boring. I'm going to have to give them all a rewatch at some point, though, because I don't feel like I really gave them a fair chance back when I did, because I was watching them all, because I was trying to get through everything, at least the first episode in all the movies, the Kamen Rider that were out at that time. Well, not the series movies, but those trilogy. I was trying to see everything, at least one thing from every Kamen Rider series. And it just happens that those three are only movies. Message retracted, probably because I did that already. Jet Hazard, if I made a Sentai, they'd be all sharks. Because yes. Nothing wrong with that. And hey, it fits with the underwater theme. Aquitar Rangers from Jake Schuster. Kamen Rider 64, I'm assuming that Zenkaiger will probably have a Silver Ranger. Toei loves their Silver Rangers. How about doing no Red Ranger at the start and making the Red Ranger be the Sixth Ranger? What? They can't do that. Okay. They wouldn't have a Sixth Ranger, rather they would fuse into Megaloc. All right. When you will review Rube? Ricardo George, I don't know if you heard me earlier, but I've already filmed the review. I just need to edit it, which I'm planning to do starting Monday, with the hope to have it out next weekend. We'll see if that happens, but that's the hope. Kamen Rider 64, most of the previous anniversary seasons had Silver Rangers. I gotcha. I'm hoping, though, because they just did a Silver Ranger this year, that they won't. I mean, there are other colors. They could do a Purple Ranger again, or an Orange Ranger, or, like I said, a Red Ranger. No, if Hollywood was going to do Ultraman movie, who would you want to direct, and what would the story be? Would you want the story like to be? How much battery life do I have? 39%. Okay, I'm good. Let me just get this out. Who would I want to direct an Ultraman movie? Who would I want to direct an Ultraman movie? Let me think about that for a moment. Pasta Cat, I don't know if you saw me earlier, but I did mention, I don't know if you were on here when I said it, but I do have this. I borrowed it from Crystal Age Bloodborne, and I'm going to be reviewing it soon. As soon as I get through the 2 Ultraman series I'm currently reviewing, this is next on the list, dude. So you're finally getting your Patreon request. I hope you like it. Well, I hope I like it. We haven't started it yet. We're probably going to start this next week since we finished Overlord. Gamma Radio, message retracted. Who would I want to do have in Hollywood do an Ultraman movie? Quentin Tarantino. There you go. Quentin Tarantino. It is completely out of his realm, but I think he would do it justice. It'd be interesting no matter what. Actually, you know, it'd be funny doing an Ultraman movie from the viewpoint of construction workers, or having the Ultraman be a construction worker. That his host is a construction worker, and then he's trying to not only destroy the monster, but not destroy buildings in the process, and starts crying every time he falls over into a building or something. But yes, I'd like to see an Ultraman story from the viewpoint of construction workers. All right. No, Uno, what Ultraman shows you recommend to beginners? Seven, the original. The nice thing is there's so many available now. There's so many options, but Seven, the original, Orb, and X. Those would be my top, and I guess Tiga. Tiga's a good one, but that one's not available legally anymore yet. But yeah, original, Seven, Orb, X. Zillapunk 2007, what is your favorite Mega Man game? X for the SNES. Gotta love the original X. It was just so well made, blew expectations out of the water. For classic Mega Man, it would be Mega Man 2. Nolan Uno, what Kamen Rider show you recommend for beginners? I started with Ryuki, so I would say go with Ryuki. Although if you want something more traditional for Kamen Rider, I would say then either Black or Double. My favorite though is Blade. But yeah, Ryuki, like I said, start with Ryuki. Krillic and I watched that first, and we were Kamen Rider fans since. Decored, welcome. Hey Kami, I hope your day is going well. As for Kuga Nagito, so I'm so down, especially since I've been rewatching Kuga, and it's fantastic. Yeah, I really want to review Kuga, but I want to be able to use legal copies for it. I guess worst case scenario, I could always just watch the streams and then work on my reviews from the fan subs I have. I do. Having a yawn there. I don't want to do that though. I want to use official sources. But we'll see. Nolan Uno, what Super Sentai shows you recommend for beginners? Shingenger is a great first Sentai series to start with. I started with Gal Ranger, and then it went into Hurricane Ranger, Die Ranger, Jew Ranger, and I instantly Die Ranger became my #1 hit and has never been top since. The hard part about Die Ranger is it's not like other Sentai series. So, I mean, I would say start with Die Ranger automatically, but you need to go in knowing that Die Ranger is not like other Sentai shows. So, doing that one first might make your expectations for the rest of the series too high, because there's only essentially 6 episodes of filler because the whole series is pretty much plot based with all these subplots that go on, whereas most series usually would only have one subplot that would appear every now and then, but then sometimes that would just be the main plot going every now and then, whereas Die Ranger's like subplot on top of subplot on top of subplot on top of subplot that all lead to the main plot. Let's see. Ricardo George, do you like Dragon Ball? Yes, I do. You can probably see I've got a Dragon Ball picture there, a Dragon Ball picture there. I've got a Frieza picture there, autographed by Ryosei Nakao. Oh, wait, nope, I got Voltron today. I was going to wear my... Hold on. Yo. But it's not 1 o'clock yet. Well, you're not supposed to get out of work early because you said you'd get out at 1. No, you said you'd be out at 1. But whatever, that's fine. So you're going to the post office? All right. All right, I will. I'm doing a live stream right now, so they're all just watching me talk to you on the phone instead of answering their questions. So they're probably all like, oh, come on. Bye. All right. But yes, I like Dragon Ball. I like the manga more than the anime. The anime has great moments, good music. But I prefer the manga. I'm not sold on Super, like the anime itself. I thought Super just completely wrecked the continuity of the ending to Dragon Ball for Z, obviously. But yes, I like the manga. I like the mythology around it. Frieza and Piccolo are my favorite characters. Piccolo is a better father than Goku was. Goku's just. I like Goku better as a kid. Let's put it that way. But I guess in the manga, at least, it makes more sense when you read the whole thing from start to finish why Goku is the way Goku is. But still, he's a horrible father. Do you think, from Necrom 002, do you think that Heisei Phase 1 for Rider was much darker and mature compared to Phase 2? I definitely do so. I feel like Den-O was kind of the changing point for Kamen Rider. Den-O was so goofy and was such a success that Toei decided to go that route. The problem is Sentai got a bit sillier in the 2000s because Toei's thing was, well, we got Sentai to be silly and Kamen Rider to be darker and more serious. And then suddenly Rider has slowly become sillier, which doesn't work because Sentai's silly and I don't like it. Either just get rid of one of the series and have a silly Toku series, or do one dark and one serious. Do one Superman, one Batman. That's the way to put it. But yeah, it was definitely much more mature. Like the way I describe Kuga and Agito to people is they're more like cop dramas that have Kamen Riders in them than Kamen Rider shows. That's the way I describe those two because they're more, of course, they're more like cop dramas. But yeah, things got weird in Phase 2 in the Neo Heisei stuff. Not that it didn't have dark moments. Gaim is a perfect example. Double had dark moments. But overall, tones shifted. Like one thing I will say that I don't like about Double was making the cops bumbling idiots. There's nothing I hate worse than when an entire police force just becomes moronic, useless people. Like it's fine if there's one goofy cop, but when they're all goofy and they're all inept at their jobs, then I have a problem with it. It's like this one series I watched. I couldn't make it past like episode 2 called Ryu Kendo. The cops were like bumbling idiots, unable to do anything in those 2 episodes I watched. And I was like, nope, this is not for me. Tyler Ward, are you going to do Magi Ranger? Yes, I am. I'm going to do Magi Ranger early 2021. I've just been taking a break from Sentai because I kind of burnt myself out with how many series I watched this year. Because on top of the 7 series I reviewed, I also rewatched Die Ranger and Time Ranger this year. And I was like, no, I need a short break from Sentai. So I've been watching a bunch of Ultraman lately. Your thoughts on Mandalorian Season 2? We have not watched Season 2 yet. Since the episodes come out weekly, I'm in no rush to watch them right now. We'll probably watch it when around the time Episode 8 has aired, so that we only have 2 episodes to catch up on. And it might take us a few days to get through those 8, so then probably Episode 9 will have aired by that point. Gamma Radio. What famous people have you met in real life? Tara Strong. I guess it depends on what you mean by famous people. I mean, because we go to conventions, so we've met a lot. But Tara Strong, Stan Lee, Carl Urban, Kevin Eastman, Joe Giella, Ron Mars. I don't know if you count comic book drawers or artists as famous people. Weird Al. Lots and lots of anime voice actors. What's the other one? What am I thinking of? Oh, Phil LaMarr. Phil LaMarr we've met. He was awesome. What's his name? George Newber. George Newber was really cool. Kind of got to meet Kevin Conroy, but not fully. And I think that's it. If you just mean like top celebrities or stuff. Comic book artist Neil Adams. Not that that means anything. Larry Hama, which doesn't really mean anything. But okay. Let's go on. Tyler Ward, what Sentais you going to do for your reviews? Well, the plan is to get through all Sentais. So my next few that are planned are Maji Ranger, Bulkinger. Hopefully Turbo Ranger will be done in time for at some point by Wandering Moonbeams. So I can review that, so I can finish off the pre-2000 shows. But yeah, so definitely Maji Ranger and Bulkinger next year. If hopefully Turbo Ranger, because then when I get Turbo Ranger done, I can do Gokaiger. And maybe Zyuohger. I don't know. Well, I'll be doing a post Gokaiger series next year. I might do Zyuohger since that comes after Ninja, or maybe I'll backtrack to Tokuger or something. Or maybe I'll do Go Busters since Power Ranger Beast Morphers ends in a couple weeks. All right. Makdias. My dog Simon died yesterday. I'm really sad. Luckily, I'm getting a new dog soon. That's cool. A couple people's dogs died recently. One of our friends, Chris Illich, his dog died a year ago. He just got a new dog recently. But yeah, that stinks. Sorry, dude. Russian Wanderer, please do the video about physical media. I don't know. Do people even want to hear me rant about why I think physical media is better than digital media? I mean, a million people have already done it. Patty Murphy, hello. Yo. Okay, let me scroll another batch up here because I answered the Ultraman question, right? About I said Tarantino and have it about construction workers or centered around a construction worker. Zillapunk 2007. I think the reason we didn't hear much from Kamen Rider from Shout is because they were partnering with Mill Creek to have Ultraman and Tokusatsu. It's possible. It's just weird how Toei did all this praising for Kamen Rider in America, and then nothing has come after. You would think, if nothing else, they would have at least said, "Hey, we're going to stream Saber with English subtitles on our YouTube channel for 2 weeks." 2 weeks, each episode will be up there, like what Subarai's been doing with Ultraman Z. But apparently, Toei, when you think they're finally starting to come into the 21st century, they run and hide back in the 1950s. Well, I guess it technically be like 1980s, but whatever. But yeah, I don't think it has to do with them partnering with Mill Creek. I mean, Shouts, but it could just be that Shout Factory was doing all this stuff. All right, Guilherme Santos. I hope I said that right. Guilherme. Expectations for Sailor Moon Eternal movies. My expectations to be rushed messes that cram too much into one small running time, like Christo did originally. My hope is that they're going to be well paced, but it depends how they go about it because, I mean, some of the chapters for Dreams were extended compared to the other chapters. So having let me just move this back a little bit so I can sit closer on the couch instead of the edge. So yeah, I'm skeptical. I do still need to review season 3 of Crystal, which just kept getting pushed back. It'll happen sooner, someday, at some point. What's your favorite Godzilla incarnation? From Devon Reynolds. The 64 version from, well, I guess, do you mean just like era or like the actual Godzilla design? Because it'd be a toss up between the Kiro Goji, the GMK Goji, and the 64 Goji. If you mean era, it would be Showa. Well, my hair is starting to stick up on that side. That sucks. I'm gonna have to put some stuff in it. Okay. Zilla Punk 2007, definitely watch Kuga. It's my favorite Rider season so far, along with Double. I've seen Kuga. I really liked it, except I felt the last few episodes were kind of weird. Like, I felt like one episode, when I watched one, there was one episode towards the end there that I was like, whoa, did I miss an episode or something? Because the way it started felt like I had missed something, but I'm not sure if it was 45 to 46 or 46 to 47, but either way, I felt like I missed an episode, even though I didn't. And it threw me off for the last few episodes. The fight in the snow at the end was cool, but I was kind of let down in the long run, which is why I thought Agito was Kuga done better. But there was a lot of great stuff I loved in Kuga. I love the Mantis Grongi when she's just walking and goes like, "Don't turn around," boom. It's like, yeah, that was awesome. I am looking forward to watching it with the actual subtitles for the Grongi, because I actually was annoyed when I watched it the first time that the files I had didn't have the Grongi subs. And I know people are like, well, you're supposed to watch it without the Grongi subs because that's the whole point. But to me, I want to know what they're saying. I don't care if you're not supposed to know what they're saying. I want to know what they're saying. So, I don't know. I don't really see how knowing what they would say would give series spoilers. Russian one, thoughts on Donald Trump? Yeah, well, let's just not go there. He lost. He needs to get over it. Mock Diaz. Which is worse, 2001 or 2020? 2020 by far. By far. Oh, awful, awful, by far. There were still good things that happened in 2021 or 2001. There were still good things that happened despite 9/11. Kamen Rider 64. I thought ever since 2009 that was when life was starting to go downhill. Yeah, kind of. But no, there were good things that happened from like 10 to 14. Necrom. Yeah, it's Dominic for Jungle Fury 6th Ranger. Patty Murphy. I think all the Disney era Power shows that were only 32 episodes were rushed as heck. What was just the 2, right? Or were there more than? Was it more than Jungle Fury and? I thought the RPM was fine. RPM I thought was paced well. I think there was only one moment I was really like, really? Okay, that's an interesting way to do it. Zilla Punk, 2007, top 5 Power Ranger seasons. SPD number 1, Lightspeed Rescue. RPM. And note, I have not watched everything from Megaforce on. I've seen a few episodes of Megaforce. I saw the ending to Super Megaforce, and I've not seen anything after. So SPD, Lightspeed Rescue, RPM, probably Dino Thunder, and either In Space or Time Force. Probably In Space, because it was the end of an era. It was like the final battle of everything that had occurred over the last 6 seasons. All right. Arcana Master. Yeah, Ninja Storm had 38 episodes, and after that they went down. No, Ninja Storm had 38. Oh, wrong Power Rangers book with me. Dino Thunder had 38. SPD had 38, because 32, I think, for SPD was the crossover episode, or was that the clip show? No, 32 was crossover with, which it was weird. Netflix didn't put the crossover episodes in order for SPD. The DVDs, I think, have them in order, but I haven't watched them yet, so I could be wrong. Maybe it was Mystic Force when they went to 32. Because Mystic Force, I've got the 20 seasons box set, and I think actually, yeah, Mystic Force only has 32, so that would mean Operation Overdrive would only have 32. It took place during the Greek era for Ian. Oh, for your story? The Ultraman idea. Oh, okay. Gamma the best times of internet culture, movies, video games were 90s to 215. After 2000, everything went downhill. I would disagree on horror movies. I feel like horror movies got better after 2015 because that's when we had Get Out, the 2 It movies, Doctor Sleep, The Babadook, It Follows, The Witch, or VV Itch, as I like to call it. We had Us, Invisible Man. What else have we just had recently in these last several years? Hereditary. There's another one that's on the tip of my tongue and it's not coming out. Happy Death Day. We've had a lot of really good horror movies in the last 5 years compared to the last from 2000 to 2015. So I can't agree there. Figures have gotten better. Marvel Legends has killed it in the last 5 years. Like those Marvel figures that have come out since I started buying them in 2016 have been the best figures like ever. Godzilla line has had some of the best figures in the last few years. All right. Anyway, do you prefer the Middle Ages or the Renaissance? Probably the Middle Ages. I like the architecture better from the Middle Ages. I mean, the Renaissance has gorgeous architecture, but I just prefer the Middle Ages architecture. And something's just intriguing about an entire thing fought, like an entire war fought over religion. I don't know. Maybe it's the pessimist in me. 2000s or 2010s? 2000s. Probably 2000s for sure. Patty Murphy. I really need to watch Time Ranger, or Time Force is my favorite Power Ranger season. I've heard Time Ranger is fairly similar. It is. I prefer Time Ranger. I wasn't a fan of Ranzik in Time Force. I thought they completely insulted Donero by turning him into this mindless farting. I mean, yeah, he did have 2 fart scenes in Time Ranger, but he felt like a classic 1930s gangster in Time Ranger, whereas in Time Force, he was just this bumbling idiot. You can't go wrong with both series are really good. It's just I prefer Time Ranger, and I think some of the things they do in Time Ranger, because obviously they didn't have to edit things out for Childs, like you actually got to see people die and stuff. Thoughts on Squall Charleston from Zillapunk 2007? Seems like a cool guy. I've only chat with him quickly because I'm interested in whatever type of Toku thing he's trying to do. He hasn't gotten back to me when I asked him when he wants to do this, but he seems like a cool guy. I've got no complaints. I've not seen anything on him too much though. Ricardo George, what's your favorite kaiju movie outside Godzilla? Well, there's Mothra, Rodan, Matango. Matango's such an underrated movie. More people need to know about Matango. Mysterians. Like an ultimate favorite outside of Godzilla, it would probably be Mothra. I know some people find Mothra boring, but I love it. Let's see. Arcana Master, Patty Murphy. They are similar, but the whole cast gets equally given backstory in Time Ranger. They do. I thought they did pretty good with their backstories in Time Force as well, but a little bit more ho-hum. Russian Wonder, is your relative working for Hasbro? Not that I'm aware of. That'd be cool, though. Zilla Punk 2007. Kira Major is a way better version of Go-Onger. Yes, Kira Major is what Go-Onger should have been. In fact, I think Hell is kind of an insult to even compare the two. Oh, I should probably get some water in a minute. Shinobi, hope this is not a personal question. Feel free to ignore it. But can you list the collectibles your brother stole from you for his drugs? There's too many lists. Hero Quest, my entire Hero Quest collection, which is why I'm super excited for Hasbro bringing it back. All my comic books from the 90s and any I know my entire Catwoman paperback collection, my Batgirl paperback collection from when Cassie was in Batgirl. My Death in the Family, the old version I had for The Killing Joke. Fortunately, I have the older hardcover, the oversized hardcover. I want to get the newer one because it has like the original version in there before they changed the artwork and stuff digitally. Let's see what was also in there. My Conan comics from the Dark Horse run. Figures. I had the monsters from the Hercules TV show line. I had Silverhawk figures. Or did I get those and sell those off? I might have actually gotten those and sold those ones off. But too much to list. There were boxes and boxes. Oh, there were still some Transformers that were there. But yeah, I had boxes of Legos and of the old Castle Lego sets. One of the Islander sets. And they're all gone. So, yeah. I never did get my copy of Mortal Kombat 5 Deception or Deadly Alliance back. I had to buy a new copy of that, too. Gala Radio. Do you plan to review both Pacific Rim movies soon? I don't plan to review them anytime soon. YouTube needs to fix their copyright system. I had a bitch of a time getting my Halloween review up. I had to make some annoying changes to that review. I almost didn't think I was going to get it reviewed. I released on Halloween because of the issues I've had with it. So probably not. I'm going to try to do as little American movies as I can at this point, which sucks because a couple years ago I did a film noir, Double Indemnity, and I wanted to do more film noir. And every time I'm like, I should do that. And then I think about the copyright claims I have on the Double Indemnity review to the point where I'm like, well, should I even just redo the Double Indemnity review? I mean, it was before I had the better audio equipment, better lighting. Or should I? And then I look at the copyright claims on it and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Maybe it's just not worth it. So I don't know. I wanted to do something with noir. More noir stuff, but copyright claims are getting annoying. Until YouTube fixes their system, I'm going to try to avoid American movies as much as I can. I'm not looking forward to reviewing Skull Island next year because of this. But we'll see. Maybe I'll get lucky. Do you prefer more serialized shows or episodic shows in Toku? From Ryan Leak. It depends how long the series is. And how they go about it. It's just like with anime. I've seen anime series that are 26 episodes, have like the first 10 episodes are a little more episodic, and then the remaining 16 are serialized because the first 10 were there to kind of world build. And I'm okay with, and that's what the first Garo season did. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with individual stories. In fact, in Toku, I love a combination of both. I don't need, and this is the problem I have with like the CW. One of the problems I have with the CW DC shows after a while, like with Flash, It's okay to not have every episode be related to the main plot. In fact, it gets boring if you're going to have this series where it is just a episode leading with the main plot every time, especially when those shows feel like that they stretched out 10 episodes into 23. Just let it flow. If you need to do filler individual stories, do it. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with a villain of the week story. That's what I loved about like Sentai. I don't mind Sentai that does episodic and then some serialized stuff, and then episodic and some serialized. I've got no problem with that. The only time I find it weird is when you'll have a serialized plot ends not on a kind of a downer, but then the next episode is a standalone episode where it seems like the downer moment is only for the first minute of the episode, then it goes off in this weird direction. Kaku Ranger kind of did that with the three-parter with the glob thing. Like the story ended kind of on a downer, but then the next episode was the Christmas episode. It was all like happy. That was kind of weird. But I like a combination, and especially if you're going to be a year-long show, I don't mind it both. Now, like I think Ultraman's tough. I really think some of the Ultraman shows could benefit from having more serialized. Like Zet, especially if they're like Zet started out like it was going to be serialized, but then it went into this episodic direction, and I think that just completely threw me off. So that's why I think Zet hasn't grasped me in the later half as much as it should have. But it's hard for me to say. I like a combination. I hope that answered your question. 94 Evangelion, Jimmy. Hope you're having a decent weekend. It's fine so far. Anyway, speaking of Ultra, do you think Return of Ultraman should have ended with the only NACO two-parter because the last 13 episodes in my eyes felt more like a drag? See, the hard part is I actually enjoyed the last 13 episodes more than I enjoyed some of the earlier episodes. So I don't know. I do think the NACO would have made a great series finale. But if it ended sooner, there wouldn't have been the winter horror series. And like I said, I actually really liked the second half of Return more than the first half. Now, I'm hoping when I eventually rewatch it, maybe, who knows, when I rewatch it, I might feel differently. I might go, oh, the first half was really, really good. And then, yeah, the second half was not as good. But I think also what they did with the NACO two-parter changed it up, whereas like, damn, I didn't see that coming. So I thought it was interesting to see things progress from there, except for the little boy made no sense for the Christmas episode. But then I also love Death Note's second half more than its first half. I really loved the L arc, but I loved how the second arc with Nier and Mello was trying to do something different than the L arc, and it took both Nier and Mello together to even fill L's shoes. So, and I know a lot of people didn't like the second half. They're like, oh, but it should have ended with L. So I don't know. I liked the second half. So I'm going to say no, I don't think it should have ended there. But if it did, it would have been a fantastic finale. Patty Murphy. We're never going to get a Bronze Ranger unless Hasbro makes Ryusoul, Brown, Bronze, and Dino Fury. I guess Bronze would not. I don't think Bronze would work well. Because it would be Brown. I guess we'll find out. Felix Pearson. Kamen Rider Wizard, what is your favorite episode? The two-parter with Phoenix's End. I think that would be my favorite episodes. My favorite episode from Wizard was the Phoenix finale. After that, everything went down. Pasta Cat, awesome. Okay, I'm assuming your response to this. Okay, cool. Zilla Punk 2007, is Kamen Rider Ryuki really a Toku version of Dragon Ball? No, nothing even close like Dragon Ball. I've actually never even heard anyone ever make that comparison before, so that's interesting. Can you elaborate on why someone would even where you've heard about that comparison? Sunrise. Hello, I'm Duhast. Vyashlavik. I screwed that up. Well, welcome, Sunrise from St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg. Question one. Then are you going to be unbanned on Facebook? I am unbanned now. I was released from Facebook prison yesterday. So I've been just posting some videos on there to catch up on. I've got to post on the Kaiju no Kami page the Toys for Tots charity thing I've been trying to do, which actually I didn't mention that in my news thing. If any of you want to donate to Toys for Tots or can't do it or like to donate for Toys for Tots, I am doing a donation drive. Marcus at creativitybydesignllc.com is the PayPal address. You can just PayPal a donation to there. If I get any donations, because I haven't gotten anything, I'm going to do a video of recording of me buying stuff from the store for Toys for Tots with whatever money I have from the donations. And then hopefully I'll be able to do a video of me filming it, dropping it off in a place's Toys for Tots donation bin. Right now, the only store that I know that has one is the Disney store in the mall. Right now, the mall's not shut down. Hopefully it won't remain shut. Hopefully it won't get shut down until after I could drop off stuff. I do have stuff right now to give to Toys for Tots, but I'd like to be able to do more. So yeah, if anyone wants to donate to Toys for Tots, that would be cool. Again, it's Marcus at creativitybydesignllc.com. But yeah, that was like fully off topic from Facebook. Yes, I am unbanned on Facebook. So I will be chatting with you soon. Give me a few days. I want to get through some other stuff, get some other stuff fixed. 94 Evangelion Jimmy. Would Tarantino really be fit for Star Trek movie? I mean, he has a huge love, 60s, 70s. I think he'd give us the best Star Trek movie ever, but I also think the J.J. Abrams' first movie is the best Star Trek movie ever. I think that's the best Star Trek, period. I am not a Star Trek fan. So I like the J.J. Abrams trilogy. I don't like the second one as much as the first. I thought the second one was just... something felt off about it, and I didn't feel like Cumberbatch really gave it his all for his character. But whatever. I've never seen The Wrath of Khan, so I know a lot of people were pissed off because it's supposed to be mimicking The Wrath of Khan. I've never seen it. Like I said, I'm not a Star Trek person, so I had nothing to compare it to. So when people are like, oh my God, this is just blah, 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 I'm like, oh, I didn't think it was that bad. I don't think it was as good as the last one, but I don't really get the complaints here. Okay. You can watch Tiga, the movie, on YouTube sub right now. Tiga didn't really have a movie, right? Because it was the Dyna Tiga movie and then the Gaia Dyna Tiga movie. So it'd really be a Dyna movie and a Gaia movie, correct? Or did Dyna and Gaia show up in movies first, then have their own series? Least favorite Mega Man game. Oh boy. X7. Probably X7. Unless I go with Battle Network 4. Battle Network 4 was the last Battle Network I made it through. And I was kind of disappointed with Battle Network 4 that when I started Battle Network 5, I just had no motivation to play it. Goji98. Hi. All right. Guys, give me a moment. I'm going to get a drink of water. So give me one moment and I will continue these questions. All right. In fact, I should probably check the battery life too. Let's see here. Whoa, 12%. Yep, let me plug this in. Maybe I'll plug it in. There we go. All right. Charging, yes. All right. Where am I? Patty Murphy, I've tried to watch Kamen Rider Black like 3 times. I can never get past episode 20. The finisher hurts my eyes too much, and it makes me not want to watch. I'm sorry to hear that. That sucks. There was another reviewer. He didn't like the lighting in Blade because it hurt his eyes. Shinta. He apparently hated Blade because of the lighting, whereas I loved the lighting in Blade. Ricardo George, did you watch Kamen Rider Decade? What are your thoughts on it? Yes, I've watched Decade twice. I liked the first few episodes, and then I thought it turned to crap. It never had an ending either. So, yeah. Didn't like it. I love the music to it. I love the gimmick, but I did love the 2-parter with Hibiki because it felt more like a better conclusion to the series than the actual series conclusion had. But I don't like Decade. How is your day today? From Mika Maktias. I hope I say that right. Good. Mostly it's been get up, had breakfast, then did this live stream. So that's always been today. We might watch Goodfellas today in 4K though, and probably some more Ultra Antigua. And I might have to watch another episode of The Ultimate Hero. Ugh. All right. Gamma Radio, never expected to see someone call on a stream. Yeah, it happens. I didn't even think to not answer, but whatever. That was Corellica that had called me, so that's why I kind of answered. It was kind of just a reflex. I look forward to my double review. I didn't even know you were reviewing double. I will have to check that out. I might not be able to do it tonight, though. Arcana Master. Oh, maybe I did. No, I don't think. I'll have to take a look for your double review. Arcana Master, will you ever review the shittiness that is Dresha Sodai Tokujur and that stupid imagination? Yeah, I'll get to it at some point. It might be next year. So I'll probably either do Tokujur or Juojur. One of those two will be next year. I don't think I'm ready to get Q Ranger. Yeah, I don't think I'm ready to get Q Ranger watched yet. I'm not ready for Q Ranger. And since Tokujur is the only Sentai series left, I have not watched all the way through, and my hair is really messy. Maybe I will do that next year. So that I can then say I've watched every Sentai series that is being completed so far in full. Tyler Ward, welcome. How you watch Kamen Rider Forze? What are your thoughts? Yes, I have watched Forze. I liked it. It's not the greatest Kamen Rider series. I feel like they took too long to get to the Zodiarts because then it felt like when they were like 10 episodes left, they're like, hey, we've only got like 10 episodes left of the show, and we still have like 6 Zodiarts or like 8 Zodiarts to use. We should probably get moving on that. But I really enjoyed Forze. I thought the first episode was dreadful, but after that, it got much, much better. It was a very fun series. I liked some of the monsters and some of the concepts. I liked the gimmick. I liked the episodes that had Foundation X in them. That was cool to see, especially since Foundation X became nothing after Forze. Gamma, come on! Very funny indeed. Very funny copy. Okay, let's see here. There we go. 94 Evangelion, Jimmy. Speaking of Mecha and Gundam, I'm surprised you like Gundam Double Zeta, considering it has a fairly negative reputation in the Western fandom. Yes. When I actually watched Double Z for the first time, the first half, actually, I think it's only like the first 15 episodes, not even half, really, really threw me off. Like, initially, I was like, what the hell is this? And I got used to the tone. And then when Haman Karn came in, and the shit really hit the fan, which was incredible. Like after the Moon episodes, the series I felt really, really took off, and I could not stop enjoying it. I loved that they gave a reason as to why Marshmallow, as I call him, was acting really goofy, and all this like lovey-dovey it's a side effect of his processing to being a cyber new type. But that second half of Double Zeta was so good. I was like, okay, I love this. I love this show. I went out and bought the Japanese Blu-rays for like $400, $500, even though they didn't have subtitles because I loved it so much. And then because I never expected it to get an American release, since especially at that time, Gundam was pretty much done in America. And yeah, I feel like the negative reputation it has been unfair. Yes, it does start out a little bit goofy, but you also have to look at how Japanese culture is. It's like Kaku Ranger, going from Kaku Ranger to Die Ranger. Kaku Ranger started out a bit silly and got serious because Die Ranger was very serious. It's the same thing with Gundam. Zeta was super serious. So Double Zeta had to start out a bit more comedic and then got serious as it went along. So it does throw you off initially, but it's so worth it. And I love Judao. Judao is just such an interesting character because outside of one thing that occurs in the series, no matter what happens to him, he always has a positive outlook on everything. So I'm so happy that I really loved Double Zeta, especially because Hamankarn is my favorite Gundam character. So it was nice when she came into the show. Things really got serious. Flippotaku, hey buddy, hey Flippotaku. Makidas, I did it again. Makdias, most one-sided war in history. Everyone that Genghis Khan attacked. No one had any way to defeat him. Felix Person, can you do a review of Kamen Rider Wizard? At some point I will. I don't know if you were here earlier, but mostly I'm waiting to see what Shout Factory does on Kamen Rider. Kamen Rider 64. Most of the other Heisei writers had a soap opera feel to them, with Hibiki being the last, I think. Yeah, I think Toei stopped using the digital, whatever the digital cameras were for the early Heisei stuff. Because I think Kabuto was the first one they went to HD cameras on, because they were recording all the shows digitally, which is why there's been remastering issues for Blu-ray for them, because they've been having to upscale them rather than remaster them. But I believe Kabuto was the first one when they did it, went full HD. I could be wrong on that, but Kabuto came out with Bokenger, and Bokenger was the first Sentai show filmed in HD. I know that because I thought, for some reason in my review for Shinkenger, I put that Shinkenger was the first series filmed in HD when it was actually Bokenger, and I'm like, wait, what? I could have sworn I read that it was Shinkenger that was in HD. Okay. Russian one, thoughts on Transformers Robots in Disguise? That was the animated one. That was the Americanized version of Car Robots, right? I thought it was boring. Zillapunk. Where can I watch Ultraman Z? I missed it on YouTube. I just watched it on YouTube, so I don't know on that one. You could try Nya, see if they have the subtitles there for torrents. But yeah, I just watch it off YouTube for Subaraya's channel. Ricardo George, message retracted. 94 Evangelion. Now that Subaraya is free from claws of Chayo, do you? I'm assuming think there is hope that Macross. Nope. Harmony Gold just renewed their Macross license for another 31 years. I think it was. So yeah, Macross is still screwed. In the US, Macross fans, we're boned. Yeah, we're not going to get Macross on Blu-ray in America ever. It's going to be those crappy old DVDs. That's it. So yeah, nope, no chance of that happening. Gamma Radio, have you met any people who directed or acted in the Godzilla movie? I have not, unless you count those. Oh, the Godzilla fan film that was going to be like a sequel to 1985 with the necklace that Steve Martin had in his room or something. I can't think of it now, but I met those guys. We met those guys at Denver Comic Con a few years ago, and they were kind of douchebags, like major douchebags. I was like, kind of like, man, okay, I don't even know. Despite it being called Godzilla, if this ever happens, if Toho doesn't shut this down, I don't know if I'd even want to watch this movie. About physical media, yes. Did you watch Saint Seiya? I have not watched Saint Seiya. I like physical media more than digital. I agree. Justin Gay, hi. Hey, Justin. What's your favorite moment from the Godzilla Kiryu saga? Kiryu going berserk. I just love it. I love the sunset at the end of that sequence. I love watching Kiryu walk through a building. So that would be my favorite sequence. I also love Godzilla's arrival in the opening with the music going on. That kind of redoes the Mega Gearus opening, but does it better. 94 Evangelion Jimmy. Unpopular opinion, I felt the first half of Kamen Rider Black felt a bit slow, perhaps too many standalone episodes in the beginning. All right, so Black suffers from, yes. The problem with Black's first half, it does have so many standalone episodes because there was behind the scenes drama. Apparently, the main writer had something go happen, and he quit the show. He didn't even leave. He took his notes and everything, and quit the show. So they had to stall. They had to stall the series by having standalone episodes. I believe, if I recall reading right, Beetlejuice was created out of this stall because they didn't know what they were going to do with Shadow Moon, and I guess they also had some issues with the actor for Shadow Moon, Nobuhiko's actor. So the reason Shadow Moon doesn't appear until the late 30s is because of all this behind the scenes drama. So yeah, the original writer left for whatever reason. I don't know what the reason is. Now, maybe this is incorrect information. I don't know. I can only go by what I have read and what I've heard people talk about. But yeah, there was behind the scenes drama. Dude left. Sugimura took over and just had to go based on some scribbled notes that had been left behind. And he had to rewrite and pretty much write the whole show from there. That's why the first half, it takes a while to really get moving. Fortunately, I think the monsters are so well done, and Kotaro himself is such a great character that I don't mind it so much. But it would have been interesting to have seen what Black would have ended up like had these behind-the-scenes drama not happened. Worst year in your whole life? I don't know. Like I said, there's this year, there's 2016, there's 2009, there's 96, there's, I don't know. Hard to say. I would like you to spy on Hasbro execs. Unfortunately, can't happen. Justin, I hate RPM. Oh, what? It's bland and dull. Okay. I don't agree, but I can see why someone would think that. I loved it. I thought it's also one of the most well-acted series. I love the breakdown of why do we have anime googly eyes on our Zords? Hey, does anyone notice that there's explosions behind us every time we transform? Why do we have to say these words all the time? Can't we just transform? And what about this? Why is this made out of spandex? The reason why Jungle Fury is rushed is because of the writer's strike. That's what I've heard. I can only fault the writer's strike for too long. I still have to, at the end of the day, grade the show for what it did, not what it could have been. Matias, what's your favorite year of animation? What year Actually, I was going to say what year did Gargoyles come out, but Batman the Animated Series was also a good year. Ooh. 96 was a good year for animation. We had Gargoyles Season 2. Actually, I think Season 1. No, Season 1 premiered a little bit sooner in 95, at the end of 95, I believe. But we had Gargoyles Season 2. Beast Wars came out that year. But then 92 had Batman the Animated Series and X-Men. Ooh. I'm going to go with 92. Give me one moment here. All right. Let's see. Samurai Jack was 2001, though. No. Good to go with 92. 92 was Batman and X-Men. Let's see. The core Disney era Power Rangers is Ninja Storm, Dino Thunder, SPD, Mystic Force, Operation. Yep. Wild Force has been counted, but that was in transition. Yeah, I still count Wild Force as a Saban series. Actually, I'm going to close this window. It's getting cooler in here now. All right. My favorite year of animation was the 2000s. What was your favorite show from the 2000s? I would say I love Samurai Jack. I love Spectacular Spider-Man. Transformers Animated. But I say the 2000s is where animation studios started to get a little bit less in details. I don't know. Especially they started to go the CGI route. What was the other? Justice League Unlimited was 2000s. Let's see. My favorite year of anime. Just Dino Charge and Samurai are best Neo Saban shows. I've seen Samurai. I enjoyed Samurai. Yeah, it was basically just American Shinkenger, but then Wild Force was American Gal Ranger, so makes sense. Go-Onger is better. Yeah, I can't agree there at all. I hate Go-Onger. It's tied with Q-Ranger for my worst Sentai series. Don McCullen, I enjoyed Beast Morphers, and I can't hold back on the RPM connection. I still don't know what the RPM connection is, and I'll find out when I get to Beast Morphers. Or wait, no, I think there was a villain called Venjix in the first episode of Beast Morphers. Whatever. Shay Smithers, hey kaiju, yo, which I've said yo a lot. So hey, I've said hey a lot too. Well, it's not morning anymore. It's after 1, so I don't know. Welcome. Do you prefer sword weapons or guns? Swords. Swords all the way, Decker Red. I think guns are uncivilized weapons. Nathan Dompke. Opinions on Saber so far? I've only watched the first episode and hated it. I have not watched anything since. Unless I hear that the show got amazing after Ultraman Z ends, I have no interest in even watching any more Saber, and I have not heard anything good thus far. Don McCullen, I can only take River Song's advice for so long. Spoilers. Oh, I get you now with the RPM thing. Justin, Kaiju, which one would you watch? Go-Onger or Q-Ranger? Oh God. Which one can I stand more? Oh, freaking! I would probably pick Go-Onger just because it doesn't have Lucky, and I do like the music to Go-Onger. So yeah, I would pick Go-Onger over Q-Ranger in that aspect of which I would want to watch, but I don't know which one I hate more. Actually, it probably would be Q-Ranger I hate more. but I'll wait till I review it to know for sure. Maybe they'll say something. But I don't know. Arcana Master. I should probably speed up some of these questions since it's getting late and you guys are probably getting bored. Arcana Master is more a preference go-unders for people who like goofy seasons, while PM is a mix of series and comedy. Agreed. How do you know that Hasbro does not hate Sentai? How do you know that Hasbro does? Do you think Hasbro is irresponsible? No. I just think that they're a little bit careless. Not irresponsible. I would say it's got to do that they're not. I guess it could be irresponsible. I'd say, okay, the Power Ranger line, yes, is kind of irresponsible right now, but I'll give them some leeway because it is COVID. It is a weird year. Where is Shinomi03 from? He is from. Well, actually, maybe he answered that already. We'll see. What's your favorite and least favorite era for Godzilla? My favorite era is Showa. Well, or Millennium. I'm not sure. I think, well, Showa might be the best. Showa is the best era. Millennium might be my favorite. Heisei is my least favorite. There's just no contest there. Heisei is least favorite. Since you watched most of the 80s Sentai, what are your thoughts overall on Hirohoshi Soda? Do you think he had a positive impact? He did have for as much as I dislike some of his stuff, he did have a positive impact on the franchise. He did revolutionize the character development for the villains. He did introduce a lot of cute, cool concepts that even if they weren't fully utilized then, everything he tried to do in the 80s is what was perfected in the 90s. So I do have a lot of respect for him in that regard, since he was the whole reason. I don't think Sugimura would have been able to be as successful with his shows had it not been for Soda. I don't think the 90s would have been as able to experiment as much had Soda's era not done a formula that became tiresome for audiences. So I think he did have a positive impact, even with the negatives of his run. Since Kamen Rider reviews are in limbo, maybe you could review the Daimajin trilogy and Daimajin Kanon in the Daimajin month instead. Nudge, nudge, wink, wink. I'm trying to avoid doing themed months right now, just because there's such a hassle to do. Even Halloween month took me a while. Even though I had 2 videos done in September, Halloween month was such a hassle to get done this year, and I don't know why. But yeah, I'm staying away from theme months right now. I do have the Blu-rays for the Daimajin trilogy that I've been meaning to review, but hasn't happened. Now that I've knocked out all my Toho movies that I've owned on DVD and Blu-ray, I'll probably need some new kaiju movies to focus on. So Daimajin will be next, along with the ones that people have given me. Some of the movies that have been given me have been Calamari Wrestler, which the guy who gave me Death Kappa gave me that way back with Death Kappa. So it's been like 5 years since I've had it that I need to review it. I've got Kaiju Mono, which is also done by the guy who did Calamari Wrestler. I've got a Thai movie called Garuda. I was given Sinbad and the Seventh Voyage to review. The Sukaban Deka movies from the late 80s, I think they are, that Media Blasters had released, 1 and 2. I have those to review that have been given to me. So I've got a lot to review movies-wise. But yeah, but Daimajin are kind of going to start being more of a priority since I'm done with Toho. And I guess after Skull Island, because I need to review Skull Island. Yeah, I hate Skull Island, but not that much. I don't really hate it. It's just okay. My Diaz, my friend's dog has lasted his whole life. Wish I had that dog. Which I wish I had. The reasons why Discotheque haven't done Metal Heroes is because of Hasbro, right? I don't know. I doubt it, because Just Beyond has nothing to do with Hasbro. I could just be that they haven't, maybe Just Beyond didn't sell well enough for them to do it. Maybe Toei doesn't want them to do another series right now. Maybe, I don't know. Darth Madeira. Hey there, Kaiju. Lane Kramer. Hey, hey, both of you. Wow, my throat is really getting dry. I might have to go get some more water in a minute. All right. How much more do I have? Okay, I've got a lot. Okay. Let's. I still haven't seen Darth Madeira. I still haven't seen Time Ranger. I love Time Force. I so far prefer Ranzek anyway. Though they'll change before this year ends, thanks to my girlfriend. Oh, is she interested in Time Ranger? Lane Kramer, I finally saw Jetman. It was awesome. And yes, Guy is amazing. Agreed. Glad you enjoyed the show. Shay Smithers, who are your favorite voice actors currently working today? I'm a huge Critical Role fan, so I love everyone from there. Critical Role, I've met half the Critical Role members. They're all awesome. Like Shermie Lee and Leon, Prince Demond, Levi. Why can I not think of his name now? I know, and I'm gonna see in the comments like, duh. How did I forget that? I've met him a couple times. But yeah, the Critical Role people I've met have been cool. Some of my favorite voice actors are Stephanie Shea, very talented. Patrick Seitz, not just because I'm friends with him, but because he's an awesome voice actor. Stephen Bloom, Wendy Lee. I've been a fan of theirs for like 2 decades. Actually, probably longer. Mary Elizabeth McGlynn is awesome. Richard Epcar. Michael McConaughey. Aaron Dismuke is really cool. Wendy Powell. Let's see. Escaflowne. Let's see my Escaflowne poster. Who am I missing? No. Oh my God. Let's see. Elizabeth Maxwell's pretty cool. We just interviewed her last year. And we interviewed her at Colorado Anime Fest. I can't think of her. Karen. Oh well, I can't think of the name now. But there's quite a few I really like. It's hard to say who my ultimate favorite would be because each one has their own set of voices that are really good. Stephanie Young, I love as Nico Robin in One Piece. Chris Ayres is an amazingly talented voice actor. He is so awesome. Hopefully, once all his health stuff is taken care of, he can get back to voice acting because he is so amazing. All right. Vernon Wells rocks. Mad Max 2, The Road Warrior. Saban should be grateful for hiring him to be the 2001 Power Ranger villain. So should you. I get here. I like the actor who played Ranzek. I thought he was great. I just didn't like the characterization of Ranzek. I didn't buy his redemption in the end. All right. Castillo as in Cassandra Cain. I need to find the trades for her Batgirl comics. Yeah. The Cassandra Cain run from when she was Batgirl. I love that line. She's my favorite Batgirl, and it was a shame I lost those books. What is the height and size of your door frame? I don't know. I know I'm 6 feet, so it's bigger than that. The Russian Wanderer. Did you hear the Disney Plus posted Japanese Spider-Man documentary? Yeah, it's a whole Marvel documentary that's going to be covering multiple things of the Marvel Universe and entertainment. So I was not surprised to hear that there's a lot on the Toei Spider-Man in that documentary. I don't know if I'm going to watch the Marvel 16 series yet. I'm not sure. I still want to watch The Toys That Made Us, and I haven't been able to do that. This may sound weird, but do you think there are similarities between classic Claremont era of X-Men from the 80s and the era X-Men in the 80s, Tomino era of Gundam? I mean, psychic powers, love triangles, misunderstandings, and angst. I can see the similarities. I think that's more coincidence than anything else. But Claremont's X-Men was all about discrimination, and 80s Tomino also had discrimination about with new types in there. I wouldn't say that there's anything related to the two. I just think that they both are on similar wavelengths. Gitter 92, what's up, Kaiju? Let's see. Konnichiwa. We'll go with that one. Gamma Radio, do you like Pacific Rim? Which one do you prefer? I liked the first one. I wasn't blown away by it, but I liked it. I hated the second one. In fact, to me, it was like going from Independence Day to Independence Day Resurgence. It was like basically comparing those two. Only difference is it didn't take them 40,000 years to make a sequel. But I felt they both did the same thing. They both killed off characters from the first movie off screen. They killed off all their characters from the first movie on screen in the beginning. Just annoying bullshit. I know, brother. Did that to you? Sorry, that happened. Yeah, let's not get into it. Yeah. I also lost my Gamera comics, which is why I was happy Arrow Video released the new box set with those comics included. Because I was actually going to review that comic series way back when I did the whole Gamera series and wasn't able to. Darth, yeah, YouTube needs to get their priorities straight for all reviewers and even ones that are starting out like myself. Oh, things were a pain when I started out as YouTube. I can't even imagine if I waited till now to start this channel. I mean, I'm sure I would have gotten around it. I figured a way to get around it before the first time, so I would do it again, probably. It's just annoying having to sacrifice your vision you have in a review for some stupid copyright crap that should not even be an issue in the first place. I mean, somebody earlier today I saw, they had on YouTube, you could watch Halloween 4, the entire movie, on YouTube. But my review for one of these Halloween movies, I have to go through rigorous copyright claims just to review it, but someone can just upload the entire movie? It's just like Toku stuff. There's full episodes to series up on YouTube, but then my review that goes like, I have a scene that goes like 14 seconds gets a claim for the scene that the whole episode's on there? Maybe I should just like do a whole episode and review it. I don't know. I'm not going to do that, but it's ridiculous. Lane Kramer, what methods are there to get Abba Ranger with English subtitles? There's a fan subgroup called Imagination Station. They're the ones that sub the Abba Ranger episodes that I used for my review. So just torrent, go to Imagination Station and torrent their release. Adam Labani, when's the next Sentai? Sometime next year. All right, what do we got here? Kamen Rider 001. Oh, fuck, I was late. Here are my questions. 1, which is better, 33, 76, or 2005 King Kong? 1933, can't beat it. I hate the 76 movie. I like the Peter Jackson one, but it's unnecessary. Longer than it needed to be. 2, favorite Kamen Rider base form? I'm going to say well, do you count Black as a base form? Even though he doesn't have any superpowered form? Because if so, it'd be Black. If you mean ones with superpowered forms, it would either be Double or Blade. 3, would you ever punch Roland Emmerich for what he did to Godzilla? Nah. He was just doing what he thought was good. There's other people I'd rather punch than Emmerich. And I tell you, they're not. Well, there is one that does deal with movies, and he's kind of a Stein that rhymes with a wine. Gamma Radio. YouTube probably won't change their systems because they are corrupted by Google and their money obsession. I don't even think it's just Google. I think it's just YouTube. They would be doing this whether they were with Google or not. Deca Red, thoughts on Spider-Man? Very repetitive. I've watched a couple episodes. Raw, it wasn't fan subbed. I found it very, very repetitive. Not bad, but not exactly great. Punk, what do you think of Toku Cast? I think they're great. I disagree with them at times, but I think they're a great trio of dudes. They have interesting opinions from time to time. I don't agree with one of them about that Saber doesn't need to be well written. All it needs to be is entertaining. It doesn't have to be serious. I don't agree with that, but I think they seem like a couple of great guys. Let's see. Would you rather be a victim in the Holocaust or a victim in the Spanish Inquisition? What kind of question is that? The Inquisition would be much more fun. Much, much more fun. Getter92, so true about CW shows. I gave up on Flash because they got worse. Yeah, Flash is my favorite DC superhero, and after Crisis, I was done. Nothing changed with Flash. Because Flash should not be grim, dark, and brooding, and that's what Flash became in the last few seasons. And I was hoping after Crisis that would change, but no, nothing changed. So we don't watch Flash anymore. In fact, after they fired the actor for Elongated Man for tweets, but they don't fire Amber Heard for actual physical abuse. They didn't fire the dude from Supernatural for actual physical abuse. Why would I watch your shows then if you're going to fire a guy over tweets? Renato Venariano. I hope I said that right. Do you ever think Ultraman Ultra 7 will pull it off inside U.S. market? Many attempts have been made to make this amazing show be successful. However, cuts, terrible dubbing screwed them in the past. From my understanding, they've been doing really well with the Blu-rays, so I think they finally pulled it off. So yeah, I think that we're at the point where they're doing really well. From what it sounds like, Mill Creek's been happy with everything. Subaraya's been happy, and so Ultraman now having its own comic book series must be being successful. Deca Red, happy the downer that's basically describing Steak's Christmas episode. Happy then downer that's basically didn't see that one. XA was one I never made it past the first episode of, but I even though I did hear it got better later. It got better. Desmond, I still enjoy Flash even though the last season wasn't great. For me, Flash has been going downhill since season 3. Every season seems to get worse than the last one. It's like season 3 got kind of broody, and I hated watching another speedster villain. So season 4, they're like, hey, we're going to start out happy. We're not going to have a speedster villain, but then the show got broody once again, as if they were too afraid to keep it with happiness. And by the Christmas episode, when they framed Barry, and they changed bodies for Thinker to these actors who were trying to impersonate the initial actor for Thinker, but doing it poorly, it just lost me. And then season 5 started out kind of good, then quickly went downhill. I hated Nora. And then they did this thing like all those these pre-crisis setups that never even came in Crisis on Infinite Earths, because they said Psycho Pirate was going to be in Crisis on Infinite Earths in the Earth X2, not Earth X2 4-part, Elseworlds 2-parter. They set up Psycho Pirate. Then at the end of the 5th season for Flash, they said that Reverse Flash said he would see Flash during the Crisis, and Crisis came after having Bloodwork as the villain, which was so boring. Mohinder from Heroes was not very good as Bloodwork. And then Crisis happened, and Psycho Pirate never showed up. Reverse Flash never showed up. Black Lightning felt shoehorned in. And the worst iteration of the Spectre I have ever seen, I lost all interest in everything. And then I heard the show got even more grimdark, which made no sense to me. So yeah, I'm going to grab another drink of water, and then I will... Renato, thanks, you did. Oh, cool. Let me get up a drink of water, then I will continue your questions, Darth, and I'll probably do the last string of questions before I go. Let me get some water. Wind, fire, heart, water. Okay, we are back. Let's see. Darth, though I did give up on Supergirl after season 1 and didn't bother with Batwoman nor Stargirl, I don't think I'm going to watch the upcoming Superman show. I gave up on Supergirl towards the end of season 3, because season 3 was the one with the single mother who turned out to be Kryptonian, right? Yes. We gave up. We stopped watching somewhere around there. Didn't like Batgirl in the Elseworlds thing. So I had no interest in watching Batwoman. Batwoman, not Batgirl. Didn't bother with Stargirl because by then I checked out. I pretty much checked out with Crisis. I hated Crisis Infinite so much. I checked out the CW shows completely after that. I love the dude that plays Superman in these shows, but I am not going to watch it. I'm not going to watch the Black Lightning spinoff coming out. I'm not going to watch the final season of Black Lightning. Black Lightning I gave up on in the second season. If it wasn't for the fact that they announced that Arrow was going to end in season 8, I wouldn't have even finished season 7 of Arrow. Legends of Tomorrow we gave up on after the season with Constantine. But Legend of Tomorrow got fun because it's like in season 3, it was like they finally decided, you know what, this show's crap. Let's just go all out on the craziness. Okay. Enough of my CW rants. Renato, do you see in the future Marvel and Ultra shows working together? I could see them doing something like maybe an animated movie together, maybe based on the Marvel comic. It's possible. I don't think they would ever do like a Marvel Ultraman movie or something. But I could see them doing like the animated or something. Neither would Platinum. I can't remember the context for that one. The Russian one, or will you review Mega Man NT Warrior? If they ever release the Japanese version incompletely, maybe. I hated the dub. I hated the name changes. I hated that they never even dubbed the entire series. Because it was like 5 seasons or 4 seasons and then a half season that were like mini episodes or something for, I don't remember what it was. Marvel Avengers. Ryan Leak. What's your least favorite Sentai season? Mine's Gogol 5, not Go 5, Gogol 5, because it's bland and unmemorable characters. It's a toss-up between Go-Ranger and Q-Ranger. I hate both. I hate both with a passion. Now, if I went for most disappointing Sentai season, that would be Lupin versus Pato. Total wasted potential. Okay, anyway, what are your thoughts on Dragon Ball Super from Gavin Lucas? Gavin, I don't know if I answered your question from you before, but if I didn't, hello. I liked and hated Super at the same time. I loved the Trunks, the Black Goku arc. I loved that Frieza came back. Frieza and Android 17 were for me the only saving grace of the Universal Extermination Tournament arc. I love the scene when Frieza is trying to make a deal with the other universe to join their team, and the other universe is like, "What? He's a better god of destruction than you." But I felt like it completely spat on all the continuity that Toriyama had established because it gave Pan was born 4 years too early, so she'll be 9 now in the tournament at the end of the series instead of 4. Bra is too early. Plots made no sense. I did love seeing Jocko in it because I love the Jocko manga, so seeing Jocko was cool. But I felt that Super just completely spat all over continuity. Then, not to mention the horrible animation that show had throughout, and the unnecessarily long retelling of Battle of Gods and Resurrection F. So I thought Super was a complete waste of time in the long run. I mean, the first 20-something episodes are just recaps of the movies with an episode here or there. Like, granted, Goku's Kool-Aid moment breaking through the wall in one episode when we learned that Vegeta went to study with Whis was awesome, but 20-ish episodes before it actually truly got started. Then an arc that just dragged on for longer than it needed to, where it was basically 1 minute went by per episode. It wasn't worth it in the long run. It was crap, and it's not like it was based on a manga to drag on. That's why I started calling it Drag On Ball Super. Let's see. Do you think Metal Heroes will return? It feels like it's kind of time for it to return, if you ask me. From Yitter92, I feel like Metal Heroes just merged together with Kamen Rider. If you mean with the Space Sheriff stuff, considering how awful the modern Space Sheriff things have been, I don't know. They need to find something to make it work, but that would require Toei to actually put effort into it. Decorated, I really feel like Phoenix should have been saved all the way till the debut of the final form, and then when he should have been defeated, in my opinion. Wizard there's so much wasted potential in Wizard. Wow, I lost a lot of people in these last few minutes. Wizard shouldn't have even had 4 forms to begin with for me. I think Wizard should have been, each form was a different mage, and they needed to merge together to create the Philosopher's Stone, instead of those cheap costumes they were using for the mages in the last few episodes. It should have been each one. Like, Wizard himself was fire, then there was another mage that was water, another mage was hurricane, another mage was ground. So Wizard, I will say Wizard is like the most Showa-esque Kamen Rider series, because the characters have no development at all. Kiyome was the most worthless Kamen Rider girl. At least not the most annoying, most worthless. There's a difference, because May from Saber and the girl from Ghost are the most annoying. Dr. Madera, I didn't even notice you were in Facebook prison. Yep, I got sent into Facebook prison for... Well, I had originally got a 3-day ban because apparently talking about death scenes in a horror movie are now no longer allowed on Facebook because it's considered bullying and harassment. So talking about a death scene in Halloween, Rob Zombie's Halloween, got me a 3-day ban. And that horror page also got taken down during my ban time. And then there was a Trump supporter who did this thing about, like, called these people all kinds of names, saying F COVID, F your feelings, F this, F that. I'm getting sick of my life having to revolve around your fear of COVID and stuff like that. So I made a post about his post, and I had reported his post, but his post, according to Facebook, was deemed that it was not violating community standards. But then my post about his post got me a 30-day ban for violating community standards under bullying. And then another guy I had got a third part of my 30-day ban was resubmitted for that. So I posted that in early October. I got my 30-day ban for calling a Trump supporter who was name calling people. I said something like, "This is why you're ruining the country, you effing snowflake." And I got a 30-day ban for that. And then 2 days later, they restarted my 30-day ban for that post about that guy who was saying, "I'm getting sick of your COVID fears ruining my life." And he had the stuff like Joe and the Ho on there and everything. So that's why I got a 30-day ban. It was kind of pathetic that that's what Facebook did, because apparently I'm no longer the audience Facebook wants on there because I'm not the diehard racist or whatever. Anyway, not going to get into more politics. Shay Smithers. I started playing Final Fantasy VI for the first time ever recently, and I've been loving it. Who are your favorite characters from it? Mog. I love Mog. Terra, Celeste. Actually, it's one of the only character I don't really like is Gao. It's Final Fantasy VI is one of those games where with its huge cast, there's only one character I don't like. Because I loved using. I mean, yeah, Strago and Rem are not the most useful characters, but I loved playing every character in that game. That's why the second time I played the game several years ago, I ended up I killed KnK at the end in like 2 hits because of how powerful I was. Because I had so much fun playing the game over a second time, or I enjoyed it so much the first time that when I replayed it, I just went all out on grinding. Gamma Radio, why did you get banned on Facebook? Yeah, I just went over that. Renato, the darkness was cool. 94, Evangeline Jimmy. I always wondered why Kamen Rider had a problem with having main and secondary riders historically. I mean, second Sentai had female rangers a couple of colors. I don't know. I'm not sure. Hold on. Problem having main and secondary riders historically. I mean, rangers of multiple colors. Yeah, I'm not sure on that. I agree. I don't get it. Oops. Okay, I'm not too far. Let's see. Or maybe I am. Maybe there is a lot before I. All right, so let's. I prefer Star Trek Into the Darkness, despite feeling like a Wrath of Khan ripoff. Okay, Renato, I loved his accent while playing Khan. Zilla Punk. What do you think of Godzilla 2019? You're talking about King of the Monsters? See my review for it. I don't like King of the Monsters. It bums me out. I loved it when I first saw it in theaters, but after the hype went away, yeah, it's just. Do you think Ultra 7 is the best Ultra ever made? So far, yes. To me, it's the Die Ranger of Ultraman, which is weird because it was technically third Ultra series, but the second Ultraman series. Tiga had 2 films. Okay, so it had 2 films under its own series. And I have to find them. Because I only thought I only had crossover movies. Did I miss your thoughts, expectations for Sailor Moon Eternal? You did. I said I have high hopes, low expectations. I'm expecting it to be a rushed mess, but maybe it won't be. I hope not. Dreams is my favorite arc in the manga, so I'm hoping they do it justice because I love Nihilinia, but I'm a little fearful. Gamma Radio, fruit salad, yummy, yummy. Wayne Wave. Hey, Wayne Wave. Name an Ultra ending better than Jiro at the end of Return. Leo. No, actually, Leo was a happy ending because it was over. Oh my god, I was so happy it was over. I don't know. I haven't seen every Ultra series. I guess kind of Nexus might be a bit more bittersweet than Return. Or Ace, because apparently Ace revealing himself, Hokuto revealing himself as Ace means he couldn't transform back to human form for some reason. Kamen Rider Blade is directed by J.J. Abrams. No! Oh, I get it now because of the lighting. Let's not install Kamen Rider Blade. Darth, I don't even know when you can watch any Kamen Rider series without pirating them. I know I'm an idiot for not knowing this. I just get them all from torrenting on Ya or the various fan subgroups. Free Joker, Freedom Joker, Free Joker Press, something like that. They've been doing a lot of fan subs with the Blu-rays. They'll take the previous other fan subs and then put them over the Blu-ray video. I'm getting hungry, so I'm gonna have to go get some lunch soon. And I lost some more viewers, so that's cool. Well, not because I lost viewers, but I can start getting through these questions. What do you think of the Animaniacs reboot? I haven't seen anything about it. I don't have Hulu, so I can't say. One thing I do hope to see in the Animaniacs reboot, though, is that they do an updated Countries of the World song. Especially since Rob Paulson has done an updated version of Conventions. Kuga and the original series are on Tubi to stream for free, and I think the 90s movies are on Toei's YouTube channel, at least for Shin. Shin is, but it doesn't have subtitles. Thoughts so far on Mandalorian Season 2? We have not watched the Mandalorian Season 2 yet. We're going to wait till the season's nearly done, since they're releasing one episode a week. Lane Kramer, are there any Metal Hero series that are available in the West, like ones used for VR Troopers? Right now, the only Metal Hero Metal Hero series available is Just Beyond, but nothing that was used for VR Troopers. Just Beyond has been released by Discotech. It's all 46 episodes on one Blu-ray disc for an SD Blu-ray release. You can get it at Rightstuf. Dustin Simnoy, thanks. Gamma Radio. I heard Google got in trouble with the U.S. government for stealing data. I don't know. Probably. But then, who doesn't steal data these days? Maybe they're just jealous because Google was getting the information before them. Do you think Ultra 7 is the best Ultra series ever made? Yes, I do. I believe Double Z's negative reputation is because some fans have the belief that every UC Gundam should be dark and serious. Also, Zeta is apparently really beloved, even more than the original. I think that's what it is. The thing is, Double Z does get dark and serious. You just have to sit through it. You just have to not quit after like 2 episodes of, oh my God, this is silly. Favorite country? I can't say because I've only been to 2 countries, the US and Canada. I can tell you which one is not my favorite right now. I never watched Macross anyway. That's a shame. You should definitely check out at least the original Macross series. That's pretty much the only Macross series you need to see. Everything else is just bonus. We can still get a reimagined Robotech. Yeah, I have no interest in supporting Robotech at all. I don't want to see anything Robotech related because of Harmony Gold. Been doing my rewatch of Deca Ranger right now. I'm 2 movies in and 41 episodes in, and I love it. Episode 37 is amazing. Episode 37. Was that the blue, hard-boiled blue episode? Hard-boiled blue. My Amazon order has shipped. Cool. Hard-boiled blue. Was that the episode? Was that 37 or was that Trick Room? I can't remember now. It is not spandex. That's not spandex. Gargoyles came out in the early 90s. Yeah, season 1 I think premiered in fall of 95. And season 2 no. You know what? No. Season 2, okay, season 2 aired fall of 95. So season 1 was either spring of 95 or fall of 94. That's right. Because we did for my 8th grade school trip, we did a class trip to Washington, D.C. And the 2-parter when Oberon comes to New York to retrieve Xanatos' son, and then the episode with the dude with the pot that shoots the pie in the face to Goliath were the episodes that aired while I was in DC. So, yes, so it was fall of 94. Now I remember. Okay. Ziggy. Why did you make the bomb a whale? Whales can't even fly. Yep, I love that line. Positive things to say about Eva, because I know old school mecha fans really resent the show. I mean, to me, it's an affectionate yet dark tribute to old school mecha and tokusatsu. Positive things to say about Evangelion. Pengi was awesome. Masato was hilarious, and Masato was voiced by Sailor Moon. So yes, awesome. Your Venji remark, you are on fire. Shinobi, I'm from Dubai, United Arab Emirates. I hope you saw that long ago when you initially asked that. That was a long time ago I read that. Shay Smithers, who's your favorite movie director working today? Off the top of my head, it's Guillermo del Toro. I've seen some of his lesser movies like Mimic I've enjoyed. Mine would be Tarantino. Corellica just came home. Kamen Rider 64, want to see an animated adaptation of the Superman Thundercats crossover comic? It could be fun. It'd be better than just another Batman comic, but knowing DC, they would put Batman in the movie. Shinobi, going to leave now until next time. Okay, he was long gone before I saw this. Also, speaking of Double Z and Kamen Rider, do you think Black RX should have taken the Double Z approach where they have a new protagonist to fit the lighter tone? Yes, Black RX should not have been cultural. Yo. You don't have to be quiet.
I know, I'm doing shit.
Watch your language. Little Sullivan, I can't translate that right now. So I can't answer that. Sorry. Can YouTube translate that? What? No, that's not. Huh, damn. Nope. YouTube won't translate those for me. They will only let me put you in timeout or delete them. Highly recommend Time Ranger to people. Agree. Well, not exactly. She's just getting me go 5 in Time Ranger because I asked her to, and yes, she and I men's. Okay, that's cool. Matthew Mercer. Yes, that's who the name was. I couldn't think of for some reason. Oh, so they did have toilet paper. So
At
people,
Walmart.
so people didn't go crazy at Walmart.
Oh, no.
Okay.
There wasn't much left.
Oh, but there was still enough. Because apparently people are going crazy over toilet paper again. Because they're dumb. Did you get more tissues too? No? Okay. Where am I? I almost met Wendy Lee once at a convention. Yeah, that'd be cool because this Cowboy Bebop thing I have here, I need to get her signature on it and Ed's voice actress. I've got Jet, Julia, and Spike on there autographed, along with Watanabe and one of the scriptwriters, Daisalto. I recommend people go to watch Pleasant Goat and Big Big Wolf. Don't know that one. More Little Sullivan stuff that's untranslated. Did you hear the passing of Kirby Morrow? Yes. Yeah, that sucks. Japanese voice actress just died the other day too. The voice actress for Kiori Knight and Sailor Moon Crystal. And who is the other one? The guy who played Kunzite in the live-action Sailor Moon and was in Kamen Rider Blade. He was Ali Al-Shachaz in Gundam Double O, the Japanese version. Let's see. Don McCullen, he needed redemption because Ilya Volak was not going to get it. His conscience was clear. Sylvester the Cat. I'm not sure. I don't know the context. I must have missed something. Zilla Punk, gotta go. See ya. That was like probably 20 minutes ago he posted that. Have you tried 50-20 mode? I have no idea what that is.
What is it?
Have you tried 50-20 mode? Let's see. Fighting Freeman. Not familiar. Fighting Freeman. Yeah, so Little Sullivan, they're not translating the Chinese characters you're posting. So I can't answer your questions from those. But the Henshin sequence is Spider-Man is amazing. The Henshin sequence for Spider-Man was pretty cool, although the zipper is kind of weird. Why do you hate Naruto? Because it's boring. Naruto sucks. He's a Mary Sue type character. He is super powerful, no weakness. Sasuke is garbage, and Sakura is basically just a Stockholm Syndrome character. All right. Zane Mitchell, currently playing Kamen Rider Climax Scramble Geo. Cool. Hope it's good. Didn't know Black Lightning is having its own spin-off. I'm still gonna watch its final season since season 3, in my opinion, was fine. Yeah, Painkiller is getting his own spin-off season because let's take the worst character in the show and give him a spin-off. Why not? Zane, a friend on Discord, described his Kamen Rider decade a mess, but a fun mess. Yeah, unlike Geo, which was just a boring mess. Oh, Platinum Ranger. Okay. I could see that. I gotcha. Surprised there isn't one. Or how about a Plaid Ranger? Then you could do He's Gone, Plaid. What's worse, Go-Anger or Decade? Go-Anger. No, Go-Anger. Go-Anger. Definitely Go-Anger. I just lost my place. Let's see here. Here we go. Will you do a top 10 best Super Sentai episodes? Probably not, just because there's a lot. I mean, I guess it's possible in the future, but probably not. I love the new Broly form, Dragon Ball Super. I actually want to see more of his characters when... Yeah, I didn't like Broly originally. I liked him in Super. I liked the Broly movie. I just don't like Super itself. When are you going to review Turbo Ranger from Marble Stripped? Or Striped? Whenever Wandering Moonbeams finishes subbing it. They've been in episode 37 since, like, March. Do you feel King Piccolo is overshadowed by the other Dragon Ball villains like Frieza and Cell? To me, he is the most important antagonist, considering how his presence shifted the tone. I like Frieza and Cell more than King Piccolo, but I definitely think King Piccolo doesn't get as much love as he should. Mostly, and I think that's mostly because since he did spawn the normal Piccolo that we have, his presence is always there, though, so it's not like you really need to always reference him. So I would say that him himself as a villain, sure, but being that Piccolo has become a mainstay and was the true father to Gohan, no. Have you seen Dr. Stone? I saw a little bit. No interest in it. Decoret, as much as I didn't like Kiyomi, I have to say Mai, I think was her name from Gaim. Mai at least had a purpose. She at least did stuff. Who wants free Robux? Robux. No idea. Free Robux. What's Robux? About my Kamen Rider question, I meant why are female riders not as prominent compared to Sentai? I think it's just because Toei doesn't know how to write female Kamen Riders. I mean, it took them forever to write female Rangers that were... Well, no, because Momo Ranger was pretty competent right from the get-go. I think it's just they don't know how to write them. Have you seen One Punch Man? No, I have not. I am... Shogo Bastard said the Blade is a mess. Well, I tend to disagree with him from time to time, and I totally disagree with him on Blade being a mess. Do you guys think Kamen Rider is overrated? Nope. Yeah, I already said I think Naruto's overrated. There was something I was going to... I thought someone asked about One Piece. Maybe it was later. But I haven't watched... The other reason I haven't really gotten into Dr. Stone or One Punch Man is because I've got One Piece. Decorated, by the way, since you love Blade, then who's your opinion of the secondary rider of the show? Hajime or Tachibana? It would be Tachibana. Tachibana is the secondary rider. Hajime is not the secondary rider. He's more like the antagonistic anti-hero rider. Are you into Chinese food? Depends by what you mean. Chinese food, like just eating it? Yes, I love to eat Chinese food. In fact, I'll be having some crispy honey shrimp from PF Chang's shortly. And I love General Tao's chicken. But if you mean like into it as in like I'm gonna wear it, no, I'm not Lady Gaga. Marvel stripped. You can also watch Jetman to Hurricane on Tubi. That you can. Who's in the Chinese shows here? I would love to, but there's really not too much that gets shown in America. Little Sullivan, so I don't have too much to really talk about. Sadly, the Russian Wanderer. I want to go to Canada. Canada's cool. Darth Madeira. I've been to 2 countries as well: the U.S. and Mexico. Did you like Fullmetal Alchemist from Ricardo George? I like Brotherhood, not the first season. Ultraman kaiju. Why Sentai won't die? Because it's tradition, and Japanese companies don't like breaking tradition. Ricardo George, you prefer Kamen Rider Showa Heisei era. Heisei, see ya if you ever come back to watch what you didn't watch. Kamen Rider 64, did you know this band did an English dub of an anime called Super Pig that never aired in America? Never even heard of it. Have you heard of Super Pig? Can you preheat the oven to 390 for me? Why are you being so quiet?
Oh, a long day.
So? It's been a long week.
Yeah, I know.
Well, stop being quiet. You're being weird. Usually you're loudmouth and everything. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, Ultraman Kaiju. Haven't seen all of your content, but thanks for the Godzilla. It's awesome. Good. I am reaching the end here, which is good because I'm hungry. Okay. Why did you upload Q&A in my time? It is because of me. No, just because Saturday mornings work better than Saturday nights right now, and because I wanted to get it done with now. Get done with now. That sounds like it's a burden to do this. Well, maybe it is a burden. I don't know. Just curiosity, will you do reviews of Power Ranger seasons? I would love to hear your thoughts on the franchise. I might at some point. I don't know.
That you should say that.
Quiet you. I don't know. I might at some point. Nothing planned right now. But if I do, it'll be a very big surprise. Decorat, thoughts on Kamen Rider Dragon Knight since you loved Ryuki? Dragon Knight I thought was okay. It didn't have the budget to meet what it should have been because the sound effects and music in Dragon Knight were bad. But I liked how they actually incorporated all 13 riders into the show. And the actor that played the main villain was kind of cool. I didn't mind it, but I didn't exactly love it. It was better than the last attempt at a Kamen Rider American-made series. Let's see. Flashman has the best finale in Sentai. I love the finale of Flashman. Since then, you know that Japan don't like breaking traditions. I'm not sure what you're trying to say.
What is it?
All right, question for you. Sango versus Ukyo. I'm assuming you know what series that is.
I would say Sango.
Did you hear that? Sango. Assad, how are you doing? Good. About ready to leave because I've been at this for a while. My voice is I'm getting hungry. And no further questions for me, so hope you have a good day, my friend, and you enjoy whatever you're going to eat. Oh, really? SPD review confirmed? Yes. No SPD review anytime soon. All right. Let me see. Any last second questions here? Ryan Leak, no questions to boot. Hope you check out my Toku, my channel, my channel, Mr. Toku. All right. Later, bro. Are you ever going to do a Q&A?
Me?
Yeah, that's what Russell Wanderer is asking.
Yeah, I can do it. I don't know if anybody would want to hear me for hours on it.
We could try that sometime. All right, let's see. Have a good meal. Until next time. Only available viewers. It's surprising. Well, now it's down to 10. I've been going on for 2 hours and 45 minutes. I had like 23 for a while, and then they got bored or left, whatever. Ultraman kaiju, hot dog, sandwich, taco, burger, chicken, smiley, clap, thumbs up.
Tacos are awesome.
I would like a Lost Galaxy review. I'd have to get through other Power Ranger series first before I did Lost Galaxy. But I am going to be out. Assad, did you have any question before I close this? If not,
Damn it.
What?
Oh my god.
Oh, now you're wasting food? Congratulations. Kids die for less than that.
Oh, they actually do.
All right, see you guys. Assad has not posted a question, so I am going to end the stream here. In 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye.